Hello viewers, this is Josfeg Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you. I will say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. 16 governors, service chiefs at risk after meeting Buhari's chief of staff. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control (Ncdc) announced this in a tweet on Wednesday. The center said the cases are travelers who returned to the country. It did not give details on where they returned from. This brings the total number of cases in the country to 46. 2 new cases have been confirmed in Nigeria, one in Lagos and one in Osun State. Both cases are returning travelers to Nigeria in the last 7 days, the center tweeted. As at 7 a.m. 25th March, there are 46 confirmed cases in Nigeria. 2 have been discharged with 1 death. Of the 46 confirmed cases, Lagos has 30, the Federal Capital Territory 8, and Ogun State 3, Ekiti, Oyo, Osun, Edo, and Bauchi have 1 each. Abba Kyari, Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, and Bala Mohammed, Bauchi Governor, are among top officials who have tested positive for this. Suleiman Achimogo, a former managing director of the petroleum product marketing companies, is Nigeria's first and only casualty of the virus so far. He actually died on Monday after returning from the UK. Yesterday exhibited its clout for upsetting human activities at the top echelons of the Nigerian government, shortly after reports that Chief of Staff Abba Kyari tested positive to the virus. The presidential villa in Abuja was no longer the same. It retained all the trappings of a nation's power core, but ripples of apprehensions had already set in. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control (Ncdc) yesterday disclosed 4 new cases. It said, till today, 46 cases have been confirmed. 2 cases have been discharged, with 1 death recorded in Nigeria. 1 of the 4 new cases reported on the 24th of March. 1 is in FCT, 1 in Lagos State, 1 in Ogun State, and 1 in Bauchi State. All new cases have mild to moderate symptoms and are currently receiving care. A multi-sectoral National Emergency Operations Center activated at Level 3 continues to coordinate the national response activities. The villa immediately began a gradual lockdown with a directive to non-essential staff and those who had come in contact with Kyari to stay away for 2 weeks. This was as 3 workers in Kyari's office reportedly tested positive to the virus, while their principal himself has since been flown to an intensive care unit in Lagos Hospital. A source which craved anonymity also said Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has already embarked on self-isolation, a reason he did not report to the office yesterday. The presidency further announced it would scale down the number of media organizations permitted to cover its activities. The decision, which takes effect today, is expected to trim the number of persons who visit the presidential villa daily, in line with the need for social distancing. But the impact of Kyari's positive test to this may only become clear with the passing days. Widely regarded as the most powerful man in the Buhari's presidency, his position meant he had daily contact with almost every important personality who came to the presidential villa. According to a list drawn by the Coalition of United Political Parties (CUPP), yesterday Kyari has recently come in contact with the Vice President, all the ministers, Secretary to the Governor of the Federation, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, all the 16 All Progressive Congress, Governors who attended the APC leadership peace meeting on March 16, where Oshiomole's case was decided. Bayelsa State Governor, who also visited the president on March 17, the Speaker of House of Representatives, who also met with the president on March 16, all who attended the inauguration of the emergency number 112 by the president on March 19, all staff of the villa and all the heads of security agencies. Others are all the service chief who visited him for the security briefing, all the heads of departments, agencies and parastatals, diplomats and foreign dignitaries, security personnel around the villa, particularly those close to the chief of staff, the family, personal and domestic members of staff of Kayari, including his driver and any other friend, associate, a colleagues of his who may have met with him within the time, every members of the presidency cabal who may have met with him for strategy within the time, President of Guinea-Bissau and all his entourage and any other Nigeria who must have visited him within the time. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed also tested positive yesterday. Following his contact with Muhammad Atiku Abubakar, son of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Mohammed, his family, and commissioner have already gone into self-isolation, said Mutako Gudadu, the media aide to the governor. The opposition People's Democratic Party, meanwhile, charged Buhari to douse public anxiety by addressing the nation immediately on the status of the presidential villa in relation to this. The party said its demand is predicated on concerns about health safety issues on the villa, following reports that Abba Kyari tested positive. In a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Kola Ologbondinyo, the PDP said an address on the situations on the presidential villa will further douse public concerns about the status of certain key officials who have not been visible in the last few days. It said Nigerians, no matter how highly placed, should adhere strictly to directives by relevant agencies of government on health safety measures, particularly as they relate to the isolation of persons returning from foreign trips. The PDP urged the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (Ncdc) to move into presidential villa and immediately track and isolate all those who had made contact with President Buhari's chief of staff, so as to check further spread in our country. The party called on Nigerians to remain vigilant and observe all health safety directives, including social distancing, self-isolation, personal hygiene, and prompt reports for medical assistance in the case of any symptoms. Also, the Senate yesterday adjourned its sitting for 2 weeks due to this, ravaging the entire world. Therefore, the Senate resumes on the 7th of April, said Senate President Ahmad Lawal. Also, the chairman, Senate Committee on Health, Ibrahim, told journalists following the adjournment to discontinuance reports that some senators who recently returned to the country from foreign trips tested positive for this. So far, there is no senator that has tested positive, confirmed. Besides adjourning for 2 weeks, the House of Representatives yesterday passed a bill designed to caution the effects of this. Sponsored by Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila and other principal officials, the piece of legislation is entitled A Bill for an Act to Provide for Relief of Corporate Tax Liability, Suspension of Import Duty on Selected Goods and Deferral of Residential Mortgage Obligations to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria for a fixed term to protect jobs and alleviate the financial burden on citizens on reports to the economic downturn occasioned by the outbreak and for related matters. Part of the bill stated, notwithstanding the provisions of any other law in force in Nigeria, any employer duly registered under Companies and Allied Matters, which maintains the same employee status without retrenching their staff as at 1st of March 2020 till the rest of the year, ending 31st of December 2020, shall be entitled to 50% income tax rebate on the total of the actual amount due or paid as you earn. Tax under the Personal Income Tax Act cap CAs LFN 2004 as amended. Meanwhile, a consignment of medical supplies from the Jack Ma Foundation to assist Nigeria in the fight against this virus arrived Lagos yesterday. Jack Ma is a billionaire Chinese tech titan and founder of Alibaba. The supplies arrived aboard an Ethiopia Airlines cargo plane at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport at 3:20 p.m. They include 20,000 laboratory diagnostic test kits, 100,000 medical masks, and 1,000 protective suits and face shield. This was as the federal government disclosed that all international airports would remain closed for 4 weeks, with exceptions to some essential flights. Minister of Aviation Ncdc via his Twitter handle said all international airports remain closed for 4 weeks as said, except for aircraft in distress. The following are also exempted, but with prior approval from the Minister of Aviation in advance. They are humanitarians, medical and relief, cargo, technical, alternate, and safety. Wow, so guys, what is your own take about this news? What do you think? You know, it's a good thing that the Ncdc, they are really taking a huge drastic step about this spread, because they too, they are also careful too. You know, and that's a very good thing from the Ncdc right now, at least in order to curb the spread. But my own advice is that they need to really go to Aso Villa right now, because according to what we heard right now, Abba Kyari has come in contact with a lot of people, be it the governor, be it the vice president, be it the cabas, and all of them, the relatives and all that. So they need to really go strictly into Aso Villa and make sure they are tested very well, because this spread disease, it doesn't know anybody at all. It doesn't know who is who, you know. And that's the problem. That's the thing, that's the thing. And the problem is that from the beginning, Nigerians are so careless. The Nigerian leaders are careless. They would have stopped all this thing from the beginning. You know, they would have stopped this spread, but they did not take drastic step at the beginning. They are so careless, and now they are stopping the airplane, they are stopping everything and all that, when the whole thing has already entered our country because of their carelessness. You know, Nigeria, with their careless, after knowing that after knowing all this thing that is going on in our country, and they are supposed to be vigilant in the first place. Look at the case of Abba Kyari and the and Atiku's son. Just because they are rich, they refuse to test them at the beginning from the airport. That is to tell you that these our leaders, they are being partial. They would have tested these people when they get into the airport, but they did not do so. And look at it now. Because of their carelessness, because of their selfish interest. Those people, are they God? Are they not supposed to test them at the airport? And look at what is going on right now. May God help our country. So guys, what do you think? What is your own take about this news? Kindly drop your comments at the comment section. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you, and we'll say God bless you for subscribing. And thank you so much. And please kindly press the notification button for more upload on our latest video. Bye.